Hello and welcome to Dark Souls 3 with myself, Hollow. I was just wandering about in the Firelink Shrine before starting the record and spoke to Andre to see if I had another shard. Sort of a ritual whenever you go near him, just to see if he got one. And he gave me some new dialogue, so I slammed down the record button.
I was hoping to see you. That crestfallen ass Hawkwood, he handed me this. He's changed a great deal since he left this place. Graven of face. He asked me to give it ye. Well, now that task is concluded, what would you have me smith today?
Just barely didn't miss it, thank God. I was right at the start. I reacted really quick. But anyway, he gave me Hawkwood's Swordgrass, which is very interesting because that doesn't seem like the kind of thing you would want to give away. Now, we did see the Wolfblood Swordgrass, which, it sort of signifies a fulfilled duty of the Watchdog. And so, if he's given me his, could he be trying to say that I've completed my duty? Or, probably more likely, he has completed his duty. And obviously we summoned him to help us with Osiris. Why was he involved in that? Bloodstained Swordgrass of Hawkwood, deserter of the Undead Legion. Traditionally, the Undead Legion of Farron sends the gravest of messages using Swordgrass. Come to the mausoleum in Farron. Only one can take the path of ancient dragons. Oh, I just got the ultimate bonfire achievement. Apparently the bonfire level of 11 is the maximum you can get, which means I've found every bone shard in my first blind playthrough. I don't think I've ever done that before. I don't know if I'm doing as well on Estus shards though. So I've been told a lot by viewers on recent episodes that I need to go back to 2 specific places, and thankfully you were vague about it, and that obviously gives me an indication as to why I'm going to 1. Obviously, Hawkwood has something to do with the dragons, and it specifically said in that message, only one can become one with the dragons, so I'm assuming it has to be me or him or something like that. He obviously is involved with them for some reason. Bear in mind he deserted the Farron Legion and we never knew why. We did assume, based on him being crestfallen, that perhaps the reason that he deserted was because he didn't see the point of it. He sort of gave up, as it were. Does that not mean this place is at one point a place for worship of dragons? Because this doesn't look anything like the big circly building that we saw in the massive area of the Archdragon Peak. We have a new item here either way. And we do know that that swordgrass means something bad, basically. Oh. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to see Hawkwood stood here like Horace the Hushed. I was expecting to see him, and maybe I'd have to fight him because he's gone hollow or something. Or I was expecting a storyline to do with the dragons, like maybe he decided to become a dragon and he was going to look like one of those dragon people and he was going to fight me because only one of us could be one, apparently. Something like that. I did not expect to get Havl's armor. Armor as if hewn from a giant boulder, highly protective but excessively heavy. The warriors who followed Havl the Rock never flinched, nor retreated from battle, crushing any foe that stood in their way. So Havl essentially had followers. Havl, with his armor and unique style of combat with a dragon tooth, was followed by a lot of people, apparently. So that explains why we saw multiple Havls. They aren't just one Havl. It's not the original Havl at all. It's just remnants of his followers, of his group. But that still leaves the Dragon Mausoleum. Wish I knew how to pronounce words. That still leaves that. And the only place I can think of to check is right here, because there's a dragon here. It's the only dragon-related thing I know of in the Farron area. So I guess I could go ahead and check the actual room, the boss room where you fight the Undead Legion. So we'll do that, I guess. A comment that's been made in a lot of videos before I go over there is that eclipse reminds a lot of viewers of the Dark Sigil, and I have to agree. The Dark Sign is the sign of an accursed undead. The Dark Sign returns its bearer to the last bonfire rested at, or the bonfire at Firelink Shrine, but at the cost of all souls held. Carriers of the dark sign are reborn after death and eventually lose their minds, turning hollow. And so it is that they are driven from their homelands. Because you don't want people who are insane anywhere near you or your family. Also, it leaves this mark on your body. At least it did originally in Dark Souls 1. That was the sort of curse of the dark sign. And in Dark Souls 2 it made a return, but it was specifically mentioned as a curse rather than caused by the dark sign. But it was still caused by the dark sign, I believe. And yet it isn't a thing in Dark Souls 3 with the embers. The only reason it's on my chest now is because I'm super undead, which is to do with my dark storyline and Yuria, who, you know, is sort of forming this dark sigil. The dark sigil is specifically what is causing that on my chest. Yep. Oh! I was about to say, yeah, no, there's nothing here. I'm wrong. He's actually here. Sweet pose. Is that going to be a gesture I learn? Come to the mausoleum in Farron. Only one can take the path of the ancient dragons. Maybe my expectation of what's going to happen here is going to happen here. I can't target him from this distance either way.
I should have known. Well, I've decided to stop running from my fate. Loathe me all you like. I shall take what makes you dragon.
Oh, shit.
Prepare to be R1 spammed!
But I'm not a dragon. So he hunts dragons, maybe. Osiris, specifically. Osiris was like a dragon human. He was there randomly to hunt him. And he returned here at Farron's Legion.
Stop running!
Maybe he knows that we visited the Archdragon Peak. And because we have the stones on us, maybe he thinks we're going to become a dragon. I had no intention of that on this character, yet here we are.
Who are you talking to? Like, who are you, like, we're trying to kill each other and you just, who are you telling people about me? We're alone in this room, man. You're crazy.
I noticed that my sound effects are a little bit quieter than normal. I had to turn them up, just had to tank some hits. All right, buddy, let's go. Oh, he's even using the weapon that we considered using this weapon ourselves.
Phantom range, bitch.
Fuck, mate. It's got a really cool attack type. It's nowhere near as popular as it used to be, I believe.
Dodge.
Oh, nice dodge.
Bitch, look at my swagger.
I mean, it makes sense that... Ooh. It makes sense he would attack me because, you know, the Dark Race were attacking the Abyss Watchers and all that.
Stop!
And in a way, I'm a Dark Wraith, right? That's sort of the path we're going down. You chugging bastard.
What?
Having said that, I've chugged twice.
I'm very tired. I can only walk.
Yeah. So, I suppose it would make sense if that was the reason he was coming after me. Because I'm doing Dark Wraith stuff.
I'm so tired.
But I'm not on this character. Oh, you devil. I was going to kill you in a cool way, and you chugged.
All's fair in love and war.
You got to do that to me. I wanted to kill you in a cool way.
Go on, you've almost got my itch.
Alright. I've had quite enough of you. You devil! Holy shit. I did not expect a third chug.
I am the Hawkwood.
Is there going to be a fucking fourth chug? Better not be. Oh my god, 4 chugs. Alright, Hawkwood. You helped me. You did.
I mean, I mostly sassed you, but okay.
At one point. Briefly. Also, you sounded a little bit different. 5 chugs.
The magic number.
Oh my god, I actually need Undead Hunter charms to deal with this guy. Holy shit.
So, lovely weather we're having. How's the wife? Still dead? Still sword through the face? Yeah, unfortunate. Mine died from falling off a cliff. Yeah, her controller broke. It's really sad. Now, if you could just die a little bit, I just want to become a dragon. I heard it's pretty cool. You know, I like it.
Alright, finally. Die.
You are a dragon. More dragon than I.
Bitch.
Twinkling dragon headstone. No. He's not hunting dragons at all. He was trying to become one. Just like I fucking thought. So that's the head one. But just like the torso, there's like an improved version of it, twinkling one. Stone imbued with the power of the everlasting dragons, the second of its kind, offered to a towering dragon. Gain the head of a dragon emit breath alongside an arch-dragon mirage. The transformation is irreversible until death. The illusion achieved was the first case of a human imitating the form of an ancient dragon, and it revealed the smallness of human existence. The road to the old dragons is long and arduous, and only one can complete the journey. So apparently, just like I thought, only one can truly complete that journey and truly become a human form of a dragon. And so in a way, Osiris was a threat to him because he was also trying to become a dragon. That is why he was there. I feel like I was kind of, I was about to say, a little bit, wow. I feel like I was kind of on the money there, as far as things go, with my feelings towards poor Hawkwood. I was told to come back here by Gubiak like 5 episodes ago, like a long time ago. Finally doing it now. Okay. Oh, it's hostile. You can target. Wait, no, it's not hostile. Oh, so you can kill it, just like that other one that gives you the red sign soapstone. Look at the way it moves. It's so gross. First time we can get a proper close look at one, really, besides the one with the staff. But it looks like Rosaria's passed away. And whatever that thing was that's coiled around her, whether it's part of her or just something she was, like, nestling, that appears to be gone as well. Like, dead as well. Black eye orb. Oh. He's moved. Oh, that's creepy. An arcane orb left on Rosaria's corpse. She is dead then. Have faith her soul can be retrieved by invading the world of her killer and returning victorious. The black eye is proof of vengeance, but often appears serene as it casts its gaze towards Irithel. This is found on her body, and when it turns its gaze to Irithel, it's serene. Irithel is to do with Anna Londo, and I have some thoughts on who Rosaria actually is, but I wanted to save them until maybe towards the end of the playthrough when I had more sort of theories and stuff. I mean, I originally with the Forgotten King, the Nameless King, he seemed like he was Ornstein. Based on the information I was given at the time, I thought he was Ornstein. Then we found Ornstein's armor and it contradicted it, but I still was like, maybe it could be Ornstein left his armor behind. I don't know. And then the following episode, we saw the boss soul items and we had more information, and then we made that next theory based on the new information we learned. That's why I've been sort of waiting on my Rosaria theory, because I might learn more information. Now that has just backed up my theory, and I don't know yet, and I'm going to wait until I see more. But I thought maybe Rosaria might be some kind of form or child of Guinevere, Gwyn's daughter, the one that disappeared, the one that was married to Osiris, the one that went missing and left the graves untended. Either way, she's dead now. And I also believe she birthed Aldrich, because these slug people and how they remind me of Aldrich, or something to do with that. But again, need more information. Anyway, I have to go kill the killer of the mother of these slug guys. Hazelpick and the Xanthias crown. That was Yellowfinger. We were warned about Yellowfinger and how just because we're part of this faction, that doesn't mean that we're friendly. Doesn't mean we're on the same team. You know what I mean? I'm wondering if maybe Ringfinger has something to do with this, because he's the one that warned me we're not friends. Look at that. We have 2 crowns and they're exactly the same. We got the original crown from a invader, Yellowfinger, and now we have it from this slug who could be Yellowfinger. Or maybe it could have killed Yellowfinger and taken it off the body, to be fair. Alright, well, I guess we'll just use this orb. Oh. I'm embered up. I should be able to just use it, right? I think the reason we can't invade right now is probably because we were in that room where the bonfire is. You can't do invasions there. Yeah, look, now my red's active. So this should be active as well. It's not, but the red is active. Where do I use this? I'll ask Kubiak. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. That really, really, really... This is going to really, really make me kind of go with the theory that that might have been Guinevere or It could have been Guinevere's daughter still. Like one of it. It did say somewhere that, yes, she's had many children. Welcome back to Anor Londo. And we must go back to the... Oh, there it is. We must go back to the room of Guinevere. That's why I said that. It's good that they used it again, because I was kind of disappointed that it was just an empty room. You know, you got the ring. Yep, there you go. The black eye orb quivering. That is something I've not read since Dark Souls 1, where you had to invade the evil Lautrec. It's kind of a reference to that in a way. Okay, let's do it. Let's use it. Rosaria's killer is... Could it be Ringfinger? Or someone else? Someone we won't expect? That would be cool if it was a twist.
Well, never expected to see you here.
Ringfinger Leonard.
In all her festering glory. And now you want to ravage her soul as well. I sowed the seeds, I'll prune the mess. I, Leonard, swear so upon my vows to the goddess.
Whoa. Came out of nowhere. Oh, look at that weapon. Alright, so he's a sorcerer. Wasn't expecting... Ow! Wasn't expecting that. Got some sort of weird shield. Okay, well, we've invaded the world of Rosaria's killer. Whoa! What the fuck is that weapon? That sickle. We've invaded the world of Rosaria's killer. Remember that. So, this has to be Rosaria's killer. Ah, fuck.
No one will spoil her soul. Certainly no beast wrapped in human skin.
Thinks I'm a beast.
What do you want with her soul? Isn't flesh enough for a sick beast?
I didn't even want her flesh, though. I'm confused. I'm not even here for her soul. I'm here to just kill the person who killed her. The dickbag who would do that.
Blessed Rosaria.
Well, that still leaves me with a lot of questions. It's invading the world of her killer. Only Ringfinger was there. Soul of Rosaria, Crescent Moon Sword, Silver Mask. That's how he get his mask. With his dialogue, it made me feel like, oh, he's like still on Rosaria's side. He's still trying to defend her. And yet she's dead and he is the killer. Or so we're made to think, at the very least. Also, look how weird her soul is. The soul of Rosaria, Mother of Rebirth, stolen by Ringfinger Leonard. Return this to her extant corpse, and Mother Rosaria will spring back to life, as if nothing bad ever happened. Or I can use it to gain souls, or maybe a boss weapon. We need to take this back to Firelink Shrine and see if there's any lore before we give it back, and we can bring her back, just like you would do Dark Souls 1. It's the exact same storyline. You would come here. Okay, so you'd find a firekeeper at Firelink Shrine, the firekeeper of Firelink Shrine. You would save Lautrec. Lautrec would kill that firekeeper. You'd come here into the ruined cathedral, but before it was ruined, just the Grand Cathedral of Anor Londo, and you feel the black eye orb tingling or whatever, shivering, shuddering. And then you invade and you find a gank squad, the leader of which, Lautrec, the man you saved. And so he killed the firekeeper for his own reasons. Then you gain her soul and bring her back to life with it. Just like it seems like we can do with Rosaria. What a nice little reference and a reminder of that original storyline. But it's obviously slightly, well, different in many ways. But this time it might be Guinevere we save. Will she come back as Guinevere? Dude, imagine that. She comes back as Guinevere, not as Rosaria, this like deformed version, but Guinevere. That would be such a fucking twist. Silver Mask of Ringfinger Leonhard. In his youth, Leonhard suffered grave burns to his entire body. His face in particular, which he hid beneath his mask, was terribly scalded. He abstained from restoring these injuries even after becoming a finger of Rosaria. That's interesting. Rosaria can respec you, essentially, meaning you can, 1, change your stats, and 2, you can change your visual appearance. So despite being someone who would help her and having that ability, he stayed with his scars, which might mean, well, might say something about the fact that he did end up killing her in the end. Could this be our new mask for a little while? Could be, but I'm not sure it fits with the armor set, and I really like the armor set. And finally, the Moon Sword, Ringfinger Leonhard's weapon of choice, a type of shotel imbued with the power of the moon, like a dark moon. Leonhard set out on a journey of rebirth, but decided instead to serve the goddess as a knight and inherited this weapon. I can't remember where you originally got this weapon. I do believe it was in the games previously, but what it does tell me is that he might have been a dark moon, protecting both Gwyndolin and Guinevere. And he failed to save Gwyndolin. Gwyndolin was consumed by potentially one of the children of Rosaria. And maybe that made him hate Rosaria. Because we think Aldrich is one of the slug people. At least I do. I think he was one of the slug people from Rosaria. I mean, it's a cool looking thing. It's kind of gnarly, but pretty at the same time. I mean, yeah, it's an old moveset, that, the Shotel, but that is cool as hell. I'd love to do a build based on that. Okay, can we wean any information from the soul of Rosaria? Special miracle granted by the Princess of Sunlight. Gradually restores a large amount of HP for self and those in the vicinity. The miracles of Guinevere, loved as both mother and wife, bestow their blessing on a great many warriors. Soothing Sunlight is the lesser form of that, and it was granted to the maidens of the Princess of Sunlight. The Princess of Sunlight was Guinevere. No real sort of discussion on that one. So this one came from the Dancer of the Breel Valley. We were unsure about her and like her origins. It seems like maybe she was a maiden of Guinevere and then forced to become the Breel Dancer. Whereas this is the original form of it, and you need the soul of Rosaria to use it. This is a miracle granted by the Princess of Sunlight. Rosaria, even that makes me think that might have been Guinevere. And that's the only thing you can get from her soul as of right now. I know this is a dark character and we've done many dark things, but we've been walking down this path side by side with light and dark. In a way, you could consider this a dark thing to do, or you could easily consider it a good thing to do. I can offer her a pale tongue while she's dead. Apparently I can still wow, what the hell? I can still do that. And I could even restore her soul. Damn right I'm gonna do it. Come back as Guinevere. Oh! Really? Is that all? I don't get any dialogue. Anything. She's just alive again. A little disappointing. When you restored the Firekeeper of Firelink Shrine, because she was a Firekeeper, she didn't have a tongue. But when you restored her and brought her back to life, her tongue was restored and she could speak. And it was like horribly shocking to her and she didn't want to speak. I was hoping to see a rebirth of Guinevere suddenly appear. A little bit disappointing, but it does confirm that that slug is part of her, or very much linked to her body. But why I say Aldrich might have come from Rosaria is because it looks very similar to the thing that was coming out of Gwyndolin. And we have one last pit stop in this 0.5 episode, and it is Osiris, the Consumed King's area. So I guess I should say it now. I don't know. I think I might have mentioned it, but I'll be open about what I've been told about. So I was told to go back to the Farron Keep Bridge, which is where we got Havl's armor today. And I was told to come back here by you guys. I've been told to go back to Rosaria like 5 episodes back, like at least a week or 2 ago by Gubiak. Now we finally have. I worked out Hawkwood's thing by myself. But bear in mind, I didn't know what I was going to find at any of these locations or anything of what's going to happen. It's just you guys have let me know, and Gubiak, hey, go there, otherwise you'll miss something. So thank you for that. But I'm glad we at least worked out Hawkwood's thing without you guys having to tell me. So these guys, are they going to come? I was wondering if they'd come back to life. We do know there was at least one of them. But the rest were laying there as if dead. Oh, there is a new item. A lot of people were telling me, or not a lot of people, but a couple of people were saying that the body here where you get the gesture, that's actually Ocelot, the child of Osiris. But I don't believe that's true. That's just a Drakeblood Knight, as far as I'm aware. So, interesting theory, though. Just thought I'd mention it. Anyway. Aha! There it is! The set I wore through Dark Souls 2 DLC. Armor of the Drakeblood Knights, worshippers of the blood of dragons. The red cloth is said to symbolize their yearning for blood. Dragon worship has captured the hearts and minds of warriors across the lands for many ages. Perhaps such warriors are attracted to doctrines of few words. Oh man, it still looks really good. I always was bothered by the small cape, I must admit. But it does its job. It looks nice. It's got a dragon on its back. It's got this red and gold theme to it. It's a beautiful, beautiful set. I do really like it. Very heavy. We can actually roll if we wear not the helmet, but the new hat that we got. So we can roll like this for a little bit if we want. I'd say it would be fun to have a bit of variety in our appearance again. Guys, thanks so much for watching today's episode. I do hope you enjoyed this 0.5 episode where we went back and discovered a lot about the lore and a lot about the characters. We completed 2 storylines today, actually, NPC storylines. The storyline of Rosaria, well, there might be more to her, I guess she's still alive, but to do with Rosaria, and of course, Ringfinger, his storyline completed. And then we have, Hawkwood, poor Hawkwood. He's kind of dead now. We murdered him, so his story's ended. And we did learn about Yellowfinger's death as well. We assume that was Yellowfinger, the slug person. Don't know how that happened. Damn, a lot of NPC stuff happened today. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. I've been Holly, you've been you, and there'll be more Dark Souls in the near future. Goodbye, guys.